BS. I'm sorry if my hair is a little damp. Why do I even apologize? I really don't care how I look. I know some of y'all do, but I got out of the shower a couple hours ago and it's still drying. It takes fucking forever with this long hair. But, and I was just about to go take the dogs out and go you now, which puppies are gonna go out in just a second. But I saw this on Twitter and I had to respond because I've been following this story and some interesting news. I don't know if you call it breaking. It's not like I'm really breaking a story or anything because I saw this from memology on Twitter. If y'all don't know, memology one-on-one has been following the BetterHelp story, has made some stellar videos. Go check him out. Leave a comment. If you want, tell him Joy sent you. He probably doesn't know who the fuck I am. That's fine. But he's done a killer series, as you guys know. So y'all know the story with BetterHelp. If you don't, go check out my videos. I have a whole playlist of BetterHelp crap that will get you all caught up. It's a app for mental health. Where you can connect with a counselor, but there's been all kinds of shady shit between the terms of service, people maybe not being licensed as counselors. There's a lot of bad stories about people having, counselors not showing up. The privacy policy is a mess. It's a mess. And so as you guys know, Philip Defranco partnered or teamed up with BetterHelp, and they were making deals on people's behalf, other YouTubers and stuff, and doing affiliate marketing and all types of stuff. I won't go too much into it, but and you guys know the story. I think anybody who follows me or has seen, if you're clicking this video, you probably know what's going on with BetterHelp. So just a quick overview. So yeah, so as we know, Philip Defranco's company, Rogue Rocket, had teamed up with them and had been helping people get sponsorships and doing affiliate marketing and stuff. And there's been a lot of back and forth. In fact, there's been so much information that has come out, it's just impossible to cover it all. I've kind of thrown up my hands in the air and I'm like, I don't know what else to do. And a lot of people are covering it. But it's really come down on Philip Defranco out of everybody else. Out of all the other YouTubers, and this is something I've been talking about, is that because Philip Defranco had teamed up with them specifically and talks about getting this to several of the bigger YouTubers, whether they knew it or not, and then taking a cut of the profits, that a lot of people have placed a lot of blame on Philip Defranco as well as myself and his company Rogue Rocket with what he is doing with BetterHelp. So there's been a lot of pressure on Philip Defranco. So Philip Defranco's made a few statements. He's made a couple videos. I've done some responses to those videos, and a lot of it I think has been horse crap, to be honest. A lot of it. But when we are looking, but the other thing is that he said that this past Friday he was going to fly to BetterHelp offices, bring an independent journalist, and they were going to look around and check things out, and then he was going to come back and talk about it, right? So we've all been kind of wondering, okay, well, what happened? It's been this past Friday. What's going on? What happened? And Philip Defranco just released a statement earlier today on Twitter, and apparently he is ending his relationship with BetterHelp. I know. It's kind of like, what happened? So he made a statement. I'm going to read it, then I'm going to give you my thoughts. So here's the statement. So it says, before posting today's show, I wanted to release a final update regarding BetterHelp. Thank you for taking the time to read. And that's the tweet. So the update says, hey there. I wanted to provide you guys with a final update regarding the situation around BetterHelp. So Friday, as I promised I would try to, I flew up to the BetterHelp offices. I had them walk me through their policies and procedures regarding how they vet their counselors, check their licenses, explain why their terms and conditions, new and old, are the way they are, how they deal with complaints, refunds, etc. I talked to them regarding accusations on several fronts. I showed them examples of complaints and bad experiences people were kind enough to send me once we set up a public email to take those in to present to them. Coming from that meeting, I didn't find anything that could be deemed a scam, but I still believe they need to do a lot of work on their terms and conditions, notably providing context, like one of their competitors does, as well as ending or changing how free trials work. As promised, I also connected Julia, damn it, I can't say it. I also connected Julia Alexandra to BetterHelp to have a third-party reporter journalist look into these concerns. This morning, she released her piece on Polygon. In it, she interviewed the BetterHelp CEO as well as myself. With all that being said, we will fully be ending our relationship with BetterHelp. This is not based on anything that came from the meeting, but from a place of understanding that part of the community just does not feel it is appropriate to have a sponsorship with a company in the mental health space. I personally saw this deal as coming from a place where everyone was benefiting. We had a sponsorship, we helped set sponsorships up for several other creators that all promoted a service that aimed to provide good into people's lives, and people would be receiving that good into their lives. But I also understand and respect that people could see it as something else and have an issue with it. Also, while we already suspended new sponsorships with them, we have only made an official complete disconnect request today, so it may take a little time to reflect those changes on their site. And I'll be contacting those I helped set up so they can end or continue their relationship with BetterHelp directly. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out. So, I don't know. I guess it's over. You know, the shitty thing is, though, for Philip Defranco, this raises so many questions. Because, you know, there's now new questions, and a lot of people have been questioning this already about he's been trying to create this network and do it from Patreon. And it's been 18 months. It's like there's no network. Where's the money going? And I haven't dove into it, by the way. I'm just telling you speculation of what I'm hearing. There's lots and lots of different questionses. There's lots of questionses, guys. But this is a statement he made before his first video. I don't know if he put any statements in his video. I'm gonna have to go check. I haven't seen his video today. If he hasn't, I think it probably would have been a good idea to address this in video. I think, unfortunately, this is a situation that needs to very much directly be addressed for people to be comfortable. But I think this is, once again, I think this is going to be a reminder and a very big lesson and caution to people about what sponsorships they take on and what deals they make with places. Because like I've said before, when you put your name on something, you are attaching your brand to something else. You better know what you're attaching it to. It's like YouTubers have this idea that the ultimate goal is to live off of ad revenue and, you know, streaming money and then be able just to live off of sponsorships. But you have to be very, very careful what you promote, because in my opinion, it is your responsibility to protect and take care of what you put in front of your audience. And I think as creators, we have to do our due diligence to make sure we are doing that as responsibly as we can. And you know, a lot of people have said Philip Defranco's evil, he's this, he's that, and here's the thing. I've been very irritated with stuff he's done, but I don't think he's this evil, awful person. I don't think he's a mastermind. I think he's somebody that has been really excited to try to build a network and get shit up and running. And I think he just doesn't quite yet know what he's doing. And I think by him like partnering with BetterHelp and nobody from either side of BetterHelp's legal team or Philip Defranco's legal team batting an eyelash at the fact that the terms of service had typos, the fact that those typos still haven't been fixed, stuff like that. I feel like even if you didn't know much about business, should be raising red flags. And nothing from both sides. And I also think this is going to be a really interesting look into, in fact, I'll put this up soon. I actually talked to somebody who is a counselor about BetterHelp and a couple other things, and we went into some details on some questions. And it raises the question of whether or not you can do something like this in regards to ethics. You know, that like they call the gig economy. Like, you know, all these like places, like, you know, you've got Uber and places going to get you food, and it's like there are all these different gigging things people can do. Can we transition that to mental health in a way that's safe for people? I think there's probably a way, but then how do you parlay that with the ethics of how to get proper mental help if you're a mental health care provider of some sort? There's lots of questions like that. And unfortunately, I don't yet think we have the answers, and part of it is the laws in this country are just still really blurry with shit on the internet, with video. Like, there's still a lot of blurry stuff. And the other thing too is that we have to think about, you can go against ethics and it's not a crime. That's the thing, like as a counselor, you can actually break ethics and not be committing a crime and not necessarily lose your license. I mean, depending on what state you're in, what licensure you have, you know, what ethic boards you're working with can depend on whether or not they remove your license. But there's just, you know, there's lots and lots and lots of questions about how to make this properly work for people who do have mental health issues. Because the unfortunate thing that I'm seeing is that, and I know this to be true for myself, I think a lot of people, especially in this day and age, could benefit from mental health, and a lot of us can't afford it. But when do we lose ethics and privacy trying to cut costs? Those are questions that I've kind of been thinking about in terms of whether or not something like BetterHelp could work and would be beneficial for people. It sucks because here's the thing, I really think, I think Phil did some shady shit, obviously. I am not, and I think he's lied and tried to spin stuff. I obviously think that. Do I think that he was just setting out to be some crazy asshole mastermind scammer? I don't. I just think he doesn't know what he's doing. I think he's kind of like just being thrown into the fire and learning as he goes along. And I don't wish ill will for his channel. I don't wish ill will for anybody going forward. Like, I'll be honest, I've even been thinking about Katie Morton. A lot of shady shit, but is it possible that she just didn't know what she was getting herself into? You know, and I think another thing I've been thinking about, just kind of telling y'all what's on the top of my head, you know, when is enough enough? Like, I think people should research this. I think there should be investigative journalism into this. Absolutely, and I've been somebody who's looked into this. So I'm not suggesting not to, but at the same time, you know, it seems like Philip Defranco is taking the right steps to end his relationship. Katie Morton has pulled her ads as far as we're aware. So is Shane, so is, you know, and Boogie and other people are starting to. So when do we stop crucifying people? It's kind of where I'm at. I think Phil made a stupid mistake. I think him ending relationship shows he is trying to correct that mistake. But at the same time, what other steps do you think need to be made? And then what's going on with this Patreon stuff? So there are other, so I'm not saying not to dive into that or ask other questions, but I'm just saying what I think, and that is I hope at some point we can get to where this is a lesson learned and we cannot just, I don't know, just keep tearing people down. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling bad for some of these people. You know what I mean? Like, again, not to not hold them accountable to it, but it's just like, okay, I think they all get it. I think people realize a mistake has been made here and people are trying to correct it. But I don't know, what do you think? Like, I think this is a first good step. I think Philip still has, call him Philip. I think he still has a lot of questions to answer, and I think people are going to look into that, and they should. But I don't know, what do you think? Am I going too easy on people? Like, am I not being hard enough? Am I being too hard? Or do you think there are things I'm missing? I'm just kind of giving y'all opinions off the top of my head, so let me know what you think in the comments. At this point, I'm not as invested in it. I feel like information has come out, a lot's come to light, and the YouTubers are trying to fix the mess that's been created. I'm kind of like, what else can we ask for? I don't know. I don't know. I guess, and you know, people could call me a hypocrite for this, and they have every right to call me a hypocrite. I guess, you know, everybody makes mistakes. And I'm really tired of watching the internet try to crucify people to where it's like, okay, what do you want them to do, kill themselves? Like, people mistakes have been massively made, obviously. But I'm at the point where I'm kind of ready to, unless any other big info comes out, I'm just kind of ready to move on from it all, to be honest with you. As long as people are trying to fix the mistakes. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to make sure in all this is just my opinion, I feel like society, with our outrage culture and our gotcha moments on social media and YouTube and everybody trying to expose everybody, we forget about forgiveness and compassion sometimes. That's just a pattern I've seen. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. I just hope that as a society we can also remember to forgive. That's it. So I feel like people are gonna hate this video just because I don't hate these people, and I don't. I really don't. Like, I'm glad he's taking steps to fix this. I'm glad he's taking steps away from BetterHelp, because he could just be going, fuck you, and continue, you know? I mean, granted, that would be a very stupid PR move. I think he's smart enough to know that, but at the same time, it's like, all right, let's give people a chance. My dog is rubbing her face on, like, the leather cushion and then, like, snorting. It's really funny, you guys can't see it. But, like, I think we should give a chance to see how this can be remedied. But tell me what you guys think. Maybe more needs to be done than the statement and just cutting ties. I don't know. But I do think he has stuff to answer for his Patreon stuff. Tell me what you think about that, too. Because I haven't dove into the Patreon stuff, but a lot of people I know have kind of been upset and talked about it, and yeah, it's all interesting. It seems like the consensus is he was more building an ad agency than a network, and that's where the money's going. But I'm not accusing. This is just what I am here. The streets are talking. Oh my God, I sound like a teenager. I'm too old for this shit. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there because thought that was interesting. Also, quick side note to y'all, I've had issues all day with YouTube. I don't know if you're gonna see this tonight. I'm gonna try to upload this tonight, so if you see it during the day, then it didn't work. I've had issues, Petty Page has had issues. I know lots of other people who are having issues right now with either uploading, getting the video on, or it's just not getting to anybody. There's gotta be a notification bug, and that's been going around. So, sorry if my videos are coming in weird. I'm having tech issues. God, it's been tech issues between my equipment and YouTube being stupid. It's been a weird couple weeks, but anyways, tell me what you guys think. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much, and thank y'all for watching. Continue to be blessed to yourselves and blessing to others, and continue to try to find the joy and the sparkles of the bullshit world. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Take care. Blessings. Mwah. Goodbye.